Hey, the goal of this video is to start exploring the fundamentals of Python. We'll take a look at numbers, strings, and lists. For starters, open your command line application and run Python 3. If you don't have the Python 3 command available in your command line, you'll find detailed instructions in the previous lecture on setting up Python in your operating system. Okay, this interpreter gives us an environment where we can write and execute Python code. It works like this. You write a line or two, press enter, and the interpreter prints the result of your code. The most essential way you can use a programming language is as a calculator. For example, in Python, we can find the sum of 1 plus 3 and get 4. You can also do subtraction, so how about 3 minus 1? So 3 minus 1, or multiplication, 3 times 2 with the star symbol, and division as well, with 9 divided by 3. As you can see, the result of the division is 3.0, a decimal. So far, we've been using non-decimals, integers, in our calculations. Even though both 3.0 and 3 are numbers in Python, they actually have different underlying data types. In Python, there's a global function that you can use to inspect the type of something. The function is called type, so go ahead and write out type, and to invoke the type function you use a pair of parentheses. The argument that we're going to give is the number 4, and as you can see, the underlying type is int, short for integer. Now, there's two concepts here that just came up that we're going to have entirely separate videos for in this section. First off, there's the concept of functions. We're going to go deeply into that soon. And second, notice that the result of using the type function isn't just int. In fact, it's class int. Classes are another subject which we'll deliberately explore later on in the section. For now, let's continue to go through the fundamentals. So far, we've seen integers, but numbers can have decimals, so let's check the type of 4.0. And in this case, the class for 4.0 is the type float. Going onward, Python provides all sorts of useful operations when it comes to arithmetic. For example, we have the exponent operator, which looks very similar to the multiplication operator, except it has 2 stars. So 2 to the power of 3 is 8. We also have the very useful modulus operator. The modulus is represented by a percent sign. So with the modulus operator, how about 16% 3, you do a division, but instead of the divided result, you get the remainder. As seen, 16 divided by 3 has the remainder of 1. The modulus operator may seem a bit odd, but you'll discover that it appears within a lot of the code that you'll write and find online. One of the main applications for the modulus operator within larger programs is to check if a number is even or odd. If you modulus a number by 2 and you get a 0 as the remainder, well, you have an even number. Likewise, if you modulus a number by 2 and the result is 1, you get an odd number. The final operator we'll explore for Python arithmetic is the floor division operator. This one is almost exactly like regular division, except if the result is a float, well, the result is rounded down. Or another way to describe the rounding down is that the result gets floored, hence the name floor division. So how about 9 divided by, and then another slash, 2. So the 2 slashes represent a floor division. The result here is 4. 9 divided by 2 is really 4.5, however, the result was floored to get the integer 4. In the bigger picture of actual programs, this operator appears when you want the result of a calculation to only return integers and not floats. There's quite a lot of functionality in Python that only works if you use integers and not floats as your inputs. And actually, there's a good example of how integers are needed over floats when it comes to a certain feature around strings. So let's explore that, as well as strings in general, in the next video.